Alright, so we're officially 30 days out from our road trip where we're going to be taking the Performance Dog Supply van all the way across country. We're going to be heading up to Indianapolis, Chicago, Denver, Moab, Utah, I think through Vegas, up towards the San Francisco Bay Area, Gilroy, down to LA, down to San Diego, Grand Canyon, and then Nashville, and back home. So it's going to be a lot of traveling. We have probably the biggest vehicle that we could possibly do it in, so it shouldn't be too bad, but we're going to be doing a lot of camping, a lot of sleeping in the van, and, you know, just driving through a lot of cities with the van. So 4 dogs, Ashley and I, sleeping arrangements, suitcases, luggage, dog gear. I'm going to go ahead and take the next 30 days to prepare everything I feel like I need. You know, I've done road trips all my life, packed all my life, so this shouldn't be too hard. Let's go ahead and take a deep dive into the preliminary things that I have. So not so deep, but let's go ahead and see what we have already packed and then kind of talk about the plans for the future. Alright, so we'll start in the back. It's pretty much everyone's favorite. It's where all the kennels, all the magic happens for the dogs. On the doors here I have the 3M hooks that are always up. I just keep, you know, a microfiber towel and an extra hand towel. But mainly what we're doing is we're running the 2 XL rufflins and the 2 large rufflins up top. I'm going to have these bracketed in up there. I need basically 2 sets. So the bottom has front and back, top and bottom, and then the top has front and back, top and bottom. So I have 1 set on right now. I think the other bracket that's missing from up top is actually on the front side of this one, just because I haven't taken off the top trays yet. Once I unbolt the top trays, then I can bolt on the top brackets, because these actually fit underneath there. You just gotta put them in before without the bolts, and then put the top trays on, and then use the top tray bolts, and then you can use the brackets with the top trays. So that's pretty nice. The Rufflins all have the Ryobi fans. These are all the Gen 2s, or no, sorry, these are the Gen 1s. I have 4 Gen 2s, and I might swap these out just because they are a little bit more efficient on the battery life. So the Gen 2s have setting 1, 2, 3, whereas this just has setting 1 and 2, low and high. So I'm probably going to swap those out. These are just kind of a placeholder for right now, but I do have the 9 amp hour batteries on the 4 of these, and then I have 6 more. I do have a charger pack in the back on the side over here. We'll get to that in a second, talking about more battery support, but all of these right now can run about 18 hours on high, so that's not terrible. Like I said, I do, you know, have a charger pack. So behind here I have this little trash can just bungee corded up. This should undo relatively easy. So this is just a little trash can for, not really while we're driving, but kind of campsite stuff, dog stuff. A little trash can there. And then behind that is some more Ryobi accessories. So I have a 4 amp hour high output for my blower. Since these are front and back door kennels, my idea is to do quick clean outs, take off or open these doors, go on the inside, blow the kennel out with the doors open, and then I can do quick blowouts. Because I'm not going to bring my shop vac, my Ryobi shop vac. I'm going to leave it home. It just takes up too much space, and the blower for this trip is going to be able to be sufficient enough for that. Right now I have a bunch of 4 amp hour batteries on the 6-pack charger. This is what I normally have when I have a lot more kennels in here. All the kennels get the 9 amp hour batteries to start. Like I said, those run 18 hours, so they'll do more than a day. But if I ever forget to swap them out and charge them, I do have this in the van at all times. Since I have 6 more 9 amp hour batteries, I'm gonna swap these all out. I'm just using them for the next 30 days for like all the lawn tools, you know, drills and saws and stuff that I need. Those are using the 9 amp hours for now. But like I said, these are here. These are just placeholders. These will all be swapped out. So in the event, if we go 3 days without being able to charge readily accessible, all 4 of these batteries will run, and then we'll have the 6 9 amp hours to swap onto. We do have onboard power, so I can actually run this plugged in and charge this battery pack up at campsites or whatever. We're going to be stopping at a lot of places that are going to have outlets that we'll be able to charge. But so that's really no worries there. But in the event, there's always backups to backups to backups. Next we have in this bag, it's the Ryobi pressure washer. It's the 18-volt pressure washer that has a hose that will actually feed into that 9-gallon or 7-gallon water storage container. So if I need to rinse a dog off, if I need to pull a kennel out and clean it out for whatever reason, there's an accident, a blowout, I have that washer to be able to do that. It is a low PSI pressure washer, but it does have like a small shower garden hose nozzle attachment. So that's what I would use to wash a dog if I needed to. Like I said, up top we have the trays. Nothing's in them right now. We have the 40-volt fan over there. We'll go ahead, get to the side and get into that. But as far as the left side goes, that's all of it right now. Right side we have the chow box, just because it'll be the easiest to go ahead and scoop the dog's food. Every one of these kennels has a bowl on it. The kennels, bowls, all that need to be cleaned still prior to going on the vacation. But every one of these kennels has a bowl, so when it comes to feeding time, it's super easy. I can either scoop into there and pop it back on up here, or there's a scooper and I can just scoop into the bowls. Whatever makes it more convenient and more easy for that. Doing this one hand, it's not the easiest thing. There we go. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the back side, left and right. Also, since this is where the dogs are, there's cup holders that go down the entire length of both sides, and those are all being utilized. This one, it has the Wonderside flea and tick that we have at the store. So if we get the dogs out for a hike, they come out of the doors, quick spritz, same thing. Everything is to make sense in its location to be used. Pressure washer right here, easy access. Food, easy access. Spray, easy access. And like I said, trash when we're just camping or whatever. But I'll get all this set back in after we go ahead and check out the inside. All right, and on the other side, from the side door, we have this giant queen size air mattress. Got the fitted sheet over it right now. This is just place holding, or not place holding, this is just here so I can drive and figure out my, ease of access. I have a little pathway over here, and then a much bigger area for storage. Again, this is the back side of the water, pressure washer stuff, and the other side from the food container. So I do have a camping chair here, just kind of strapped in. Up top, like I said, I have the 40-volt fan, bungee strapped in. It's on the ceiling, so it's getting pulled backwards, so it's not gonna fall. It looks like it's tipping, which it kind of is, but that's just gonna give a good angle while we're laying in bed sleeping. I got 4 of these 6 amp hour batteries, so 1, 2, one's in the fan, and 3 right here. Those will run this fan for a super long time. I also have a 40-volt charger as well as the 18-volt 6-pack charger. The idea is we have a bunch of storage room over here for suitcases. While we're traveling, the bed can be used for suitcase storage as well. The idea is I want to keep this area as open as possible for airflow. For the dogs to come in and out at night, I can go ahead, pull Paisley, let her be in bed, or Drake, let them be in bed, or put them up if I need to. So it's just nice having the dogs be able to get out of the back and then to be able to get into the bed from here. But this will probably get full of bags and storage, items or whatever. So I want to keep this pathway clear because this is how I step out. I kind of one knee on the mattress and then get out down to here. So that's not too bad. This can be deflated super fast, flip it up, whatever I need to do. Right here we have the Goal Zero solar panel, and then on the other side you can see the Goal Zero power bank. So this is what I normally have: chargers, phones, e-collars, everything, day-to-day basis. This air mattress plug is right here, so I can easily plug that in to reinflate this if necessary. My 40-volt charger is down here, so if any of those 40-volt batteries die, we can go ahead and get those charged up while we're driving. This has a great, I think it's 750 watt storage, so that's pretty nice. Nothing crazy up front, just boatload of cup holders down here and up there, which is going to prove to make the road trip nice and easy. Putting all the energy drinks and coffees and stuff up there, but that's pretty much it right now. Like I said, I have to work out some of the kinks of storage of the gear that I need on board to take care of the dogs just for the travel, and then, you know, being able to have enough storage space for suitcases and all that stuff. So we'll go ahead and keep testing it out. We got 30 days to continue to plan that out and see how it goes.